So we've just arrived in Mantuban and we want to get through to Crenopolis as soon as possible. Go into the next room and collect the pickaxe from the rock in the center. Feel free to mine this flint as you're gonna need mining levels for this quest, and our next destination is very close to the ore bank. It's also worth knowing that 2 rooms north of here is a room of level 0 mine crawlers, which are good for getting your first few mine fighting levels, which you will also need later on in the quest. Now head down the southwest corridor, keep heading south into the next room, past the building bank, straight south through another room, and then turn east into the tentacle room. These tentacles are avoidable if you're careful, but will attack anyone stepping on any adjacent tile, even diagonal ones. They're level 4, so are killable even when you're level 0, but they also have a good chance of killing you. Head south through the room, avoiding the tentacles, either by casting immunity or by careful clicking, then go straight south through the next room, again dodging tentacles. Going through the southern door will trigger a cutscene where you meet the uncorrupted goblins. They will explain that the goblins are normally peaceful, but the corruption in the river turns some of them violent. You have to go and investigate the source of the corruption. After the cutscene, I recommend heading straight west to unlock the teleport stone for this area. You can also head into the eastern room to drop off any ores you collected. Next, head back past all the tentacles. This time go straight north through all the rooms until you hit the river. Then double back on yourself to take the southeastern passageway and follow the passageway through to the east. Then turn north and east again, following the river. As you go east past the bend in the river, note the obelisk for this area is in the room just south of here. You can use any unattuned gear on that obelisk to then make the gear usable in this area, including gear you craft for yourself in the Mines of Mantuban. Continue following the river to the north and stand by the northern cliff close to the rolled up rope ladder, and use the whistle from your quest inventory. A kobold will appear and tell you he will only let you up if you can give him a shiny amethyst. Now is a good time to train your mining, as you will need 10 mining for this next part of the quest and 14 later, so feel free to get all the levels you need now or just get up to level 10 for the next stage. Once you're level 10 or 14 if you want to get all required levels now, head right back to the room where you got your pickaxe, just east of the mine entrance. Exit the room to the north and speak to Sammy Clod to learn where to get these amethysts. He will tell you that you need to follow a cave moth, which is actually right next door in the room to the west. Just go into the room and watch the moth leave. Then follow it through the series of rooms until you get to the ratty terminus, where the amethyst will be on the wall with the moth sitting on top of it. Simply mine the amethyst to get the stone. We'll also be doing some combat shortly, and you're already close to both the mine crawlers and the tentacles, so now would be a good time to train your combat. Once you have a few levels, you can also go east of the tentacle corridor, which is just north of the goblin settlement, to fight toads and skeletons. I recommend getting to level 12 mine fighter before continuing with the quest. Now go all the way back to the waterfall and speak to the kobold again. You'll throw it up to him, which I think is very trusting of your character personally, and he lowers the ladder for you. Go around the corner to the east and try to open the locked door on the south side of the room. This will start a dialogue where you can insist that you are friendly. They will believe you and unlock the door. Also very trusting. Go inside and talk to Thaddeus Torelli, who gives you a key. Head back out of the room and go through the eastern exit. There's a locked door on the east side of the next room. Unlock it by using the key on the door and walk through. Now continue eastwards through 2 more rooms until you reach a 3rd room where a cutscene will trigger. You found the guards that were dispatched to the mine, and they too have been corrupted by the crystal. You'll have to kill each one of these, and they are aggressive. As you fully heal between fights, this is less difficult than it looks, but you may want to bring some potions if you have a low mine fighter level. After you kill the enemies, you can interact with the crystal to get some clues on where to find the items you need, but don't worry, I'll just tell you. Go north over the river, then west, and then north again to find a room full of cockroaches. Attack the glowing cockroach for your first item. This cockroach is a slightly higher level, so if you're struggling, just kill some of the level 14 cockroaches until you get a level or 2. Once it's dead, you'll receive a glowing leg and you can head back to the crystal room. Now interact with the locked door north of the crystal and again insist that you are friendly. They'll just believe you and you can walk into the room and talk to the gnome there. She'll tell you what she witnessed via a cutscene, and then she'll hand you a glowing piece of coal. 2 down, 2 to go. Now both of these items can actually be gotten as soon as you enter the mine, so you can get them earlier if you're speedrunning this quest, but story-wise it doesn't make much sense to mention them until now. Go back towards the waterfall and down the ladder, follow the river back the way you came, go past the monolith room and south into Kobold Cavern. Continue south this time into Grachnid Cave. This is a puzzle room. You need to find the route around the tiles without making a noise that wakes the Grachnid up and sends you hurling back to the entrance. If you step on the wrong tile, it will mark the tile with stones, so you know not to step on it in future. The path is the same for everyone, at least at the time of recording, and so you can watch other people who are further ahead of you to see what path to take. You can also approach this in a kind of co-op manner, with each of you taking turns to lead the way so that you only get sent back half as many times overall. However, you cannot see stony tiles marked by other players, so you must pay close attention to their pathing. Take the path I show here in the video and interact with the cave moss to harvest it. You can follow the safe path back out, or just stand on an incorrect tile to get pushed back to the entrance. But to get this last piece, you're better off just using the mine teleport. If you haven't got 14 mining yet, now is the time to do it. Once you have 14 mining, head north of the Goblin Settlement, past the tentacles, and exit the second tentacle room to the west, and continue west into Stalagmite Nook. Mine the glowing node on the southwest side of the room. Next, return to the crystal and use all 4 of the items you just collected on it to cleanse the corruption. Now you need to report back to Jalda Green, back in the Hopeport starting area. She's in the middle of a conversation about a mysterious villain named Vilzax. Ignore all that and tell her you completed the mission. She doesn't seem to mind that you killed all of her guards and commends you on a job well done, then sends you off to talk to Lord Branoff about your next assignment. Head to Branoff's chamber inside Branoff's house in Hopeport and talk to him about the main story. He will tell you that the Horn of Hopeport has been stolen by goblins and you have to go and recover it from the corrupted goblin area of the mine. Head back to the mine and from the pickaxe room go through the southeast corridor to end up on the north side of the river. Follow the river along and head through the first northern opening you find. Run past the aggressive goblins and north into the goblin sleeping area. Talk to the guard and trick him into telling you the revolutionary information that the locked door has an associated key. Now just go back south and kill goblins until you receive the key. Come back and open the door. Go through and search the goblin loot stash to get the Horn of Hopeport and a whopping 88 silver, which is a significant amount if you're doing this at a low level. Now go back to Branoff in Hopeport, give him the horn, and then report back to Jalda Green again. She'll explain you need to get to Crenopolis and will give you permission to use the Cyclops path. So now you need to go back to the east side of Hope Forest and just north of the northern mine entrance to find the path. Speak to the Cyclops guard and ask to go through. He will require you to do him a favour first. He asks that you gather some gnomic silver for him. Just like the other episodes, this task has a level requirement where you must be attuned to the mine. This means you must have a Mine of Mantuban level of 65 and a total level of 252. Train these levels however you like, then head to the gnome workshop in the Mine of Mantuban, just north of the crystal you cleansed. Try to go through the locked door to the east and tell the gnome that you need some gnomic silver. She will open the door for you and you can mine the silver in the next room provided you meet the level requirements. Bring the silver back to the Cyclops to get a chunk of Minefighter and Miner experience. Remember to use your XP potion beforehand to get even more experience. Now head through the gate. Congratulations, you've made it to Crenopolis. I post guides and gameplay videos regularly and I'm live on YouTube every Sunday at 1900 UTC. That's 7 PM local time in the UK. So why not subscribe to see when I'm live and get my videos on your feed when they come out. In the meantime, you might want to watch one of the videos on the screen now. Thanks so much for watching guys, have a great day.